Hello everyone, welcome to Toyeen Talks. Báwo ló ṣe ń lọ lọ́dọ̀ yín? Okay, this is just a quick one. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Till I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you all. Bye.
At 9:30 and I met his dead body on the floor. So that is completely different to pray to you.
No, that is exactly what I said.
No, that's not
what for what. I said nobody told. So they told him to go home, that the boy was fine. Yes, and that they've taken the boy home. So, but he insisted on going home. Maybe I didn't use the same words. And when he got home, so at what point did he tell them about Bokulole? He didn't even know. So that's exactly what I said that you just read. I don't have the CTC handy, but that is exactly what I said.
No, hold on.
So let me also say something psychologically.
Let's clarify this part so that we can all.
It's not a befriend come on now. You are smarter than just now. Can you
go myself and you know that
permission? Allow others.
Let us clarify.
One day.
I want to move on to something else, but let's clarify this part before you go. Now, my understanding from what you said earlier was that he was with Mama Mohbad because there are two different instances of Baba Mohbad getting a phone call about Mohbad being dead. Now, the first instance was Baba Mohbad being with Iya Mohbad. They were about to cross the river and then they got a phone call. And in that phone call, they said, oh, Iya Mohbad said he got a call and they said, something has happened to this boy. Where Baba Mohbad said, that's number one. That's one. And at that point, they were about to cross the river. They were heading towards Mohbad's place. Number one. The second one is here, where he said they told me that he was at an hospital at Osaka, London.
Abefe, you are the one with the CTC. You are the one that read the CTC, and you are the one that is arguing with the CTC. I'm going by the CTC.
I'm not arguing with the CTC.
What Baba said is, what I'm trying to clarify is, before Baba did not tell them, Kombo Kulole. Baba was not informed. Baba got home to meet the dead body. Period. That's what I'm saying. And that's what you read from the CTC. I don't have a copy.
We are correcting you and saying that do not say that Baba at no point made an attempt to go to the hospital.
I didn't say Osaka, London is where the hospital is located. Baba, they told Baba that Aramayoya Komabolo Hospital. That's what he was told. And when he got there at Osaka, London, we are here at Osaka, Ewamuwa, where is the hospital? They told him, they did not realize Baba was with them. Baba was with Iya Mohbad and Yatunde or whoever. Okay? When they realized Baba was with them, they told Baba, please, Ara Mohbad is here, Ekpada Sile. Baba now said, I'm already at Osaka, London. It's easier for me to just come home to his place of abode than me going back home at that hour of the night. I might as well just journey on. And that was all that happened. And when he got home, he met his body under the staircase. That's what you read. I might have put it in a different words, but that's just what you heard. So at what point, and we can go to Wunmi's CTC and see if Wunmi will tell us, if you do have the CTC, that we told Baba is the one that said we should take the dead body home. That is all what we want to establish. Baba was never informed. I'm not saying Baba is perfect. He did some things wrong, but probably based on his level of education, exposure, whatever the case may be. But that was not part of it.
Okay, hold on, Supreme.
Yes, Mama.
I like to go with facts. I like to I
you are the one reading it now.
I don't go by speculations. I go with facts. Now, I got a call. So there's a question. How did you know about the demise of his son? He said on the 12th of September. Then they asked the question again. They said, how did you know? He said, I got to know around 9:30 p.m.
That was when he got to the house. Hold on, before you move on. Before you move on, hold on.
Hold on now.
Hold
Don't
on.
do
That
that.
was hold on now.
No,
Because maybe you are reading it. I just want to say that 9:30 p.m. was when he got home.
When you talk, I mute. Like just
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
I'm not talking from my head. I'm reading from the CTC. So let's listen to the CTC. Don't ever gloss on the narrative of the CTC that suits you. Let's read from the CTC now. Now the CTC, they said, how did you know? Okay, leave and let go upstairs. Now let me go to page 39 of the CTC. Do you know the day that the deceased died? And Baba Mohbad answered, yes, 12th of September. Now the next question was, how did you know? How did you know? And Baba responded, I got to know around 9:30 p.m. The next question, on the 12th of September, Baba Mohbad said, yes. Now he said this, they were calling me that it was okay and I should go back home. And I noticed that the tone of the conversation, so I wanted to know what was happening by 9:30. I wanted what was happening, and by 9:30, I met his body on the floor. Okay? Then the next question was, the very first call you got with respect to the deceased, what information were you given? And Baba answered, the call was from his mom, and she said Mohbad was in the hospital, and they said we should come. But the way she sounded, I said something was wrong, and she called me around 4:30 to 5 in the evening. The next question, the mother does not live with you? He said no. Was the mother living with the deceased? He said no. So now I want to clarify something here. Now between 4:30 and 5 there was a phone call. Okay? At 9:30 Baba got to the house. So it means that two conversations was had. Now let's get to the part where they confirmed what they were told. Now a question then said, was the mother living with the deceased? The answer, no. Did you go to the hospital? He shook his head side to side. Tell us what happened. On the very day when I was with his body, and on the very day when I saw that his body was on the ground, I asked what happened to him. Was he sick? Then they stopped him and they said, you got there and you saw the body already dead? He said, yes. They said they gave him injection, an injection reacted on his body, and that was the comment given to me by his wife. Okay? Then they went on, you saw the body, yes, got a hole in the ears, who certified him dead? This was when Baba Naim said, I don't know who said it, but they were deceiving me on the phone that it was all right and I should go back home. Firstly, they said I should come to one hospital at Osaka, London. Let's establish one thing. At the time that they took Mohbad to the hospital, they contacted his father and said, oh, Mohbad is not feeling well, though. He's been taken to the hospital. Can you come? Straightforward. Okay? And now, when I got to the bus stop, I said I was at Osaka, London now, but they told me that I should go back home and that it was all right. But what I heard before didn't make me believe, and I wanted to see him. When I got to the house at 9:30 p.m., I met his dead body on the floor. Have you seen the death certificate? Baba's answer, no. So do you know the cause of death? Baba nods his head up and down. Who were the people you met? And he continued that narration. Now, from Baba's interview that we have all seen, okay? If you haven't seen the interview, then it means you are on Justice for Mohbad and you're jumping based on what you hear people on TikTok say. You're not doing your due diligence. Now, in Baba's interview, the first interview he said was, when we were going there, our níbi ọkọ̀ ojú omi, ta fẹ́ sọdá, ní wọ́n pè ya Mohbad. Lọ́wọ́ ní ya Mohbad wá gbá mi láṣọ mú pé, nǹkan ti ṣọmọ òun. And immediately Baba said, he then responded to her and said, Iku owo lomo yiku. Comment section, if you have not seen that recording, please raise your hand up so that we can go and look for it and we can play it here and now. Because I feel like the majority of you who are here probably have not seen or heard that recording. Okay. If Joshua Lebami one recording here, no sorry, YouTube. Recording the Baba Mohbad ti sọ pé àwọn wà níbi ọkọ̀ ojú omi, and they were crossing when Mama Mohbad received the call.
You're changing the topic, please.
I don't know what you're trying to establish.
Exactly. I don't know what you're trying.
And you're moving from Baba all the way. Can we
I'm afraid what I'm listening to. What we are trying to establish is that Baba saw the body when he got home. We are trying to establish the fact that one simple thing, because you have actually put too much time into it, Nipe, Baba was not the one that told them to take the body home. Period. He only saw the body and got to know that his son was dead when he got home. Well, that is very simple. You read it. Very simple. That is the only thing we want to establish here.
Abefe, you said the kids were young.
Baba did not instruct them. And one thing you should understand is we all should understand the fact
We're
that
trying to establish two things from this conversation. In case you don't remember, I can take you back. Two things. Number one, we're trying to establish that, first of all, Baba Mohbad received 2 phone calls, and Baba Mohbad did attempt to go to the hospital to meet with them at the hospital. You said
he did not attempt. Baba Mohbad was in the arena. I know that area very well. Baba Mohbad was in the arena saying, Ewa Mowa lo sibe. And they told him, yes, at the hospital. Ọ̀ṣápá is where the hospital is. It's not two different locations. Ọ̀ṣápá bẹ̀yẹn ni Perez Hospital wà. On the streets by Noah.
Who asked you to bring that? Are you aware that Baba actually made an attempt to go to the hospital, got to the junction, and had to go back?
I wasn't arguing that with you. I told you that part already. I wasn't arguing that with you. Baba attempted, he actually was in the arena of the hospital and he said, okay, Ewa mumi lọ sí hospital tí ọmọ yẹn wà. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ara ẹ̀ ti yá, ó ti respond sí treatment. Àwọn ti gbé lọlé, ẹ padà sílé.
Abefe, I actually think the whole point of this discussion is about why he was there. So it's not about whether or not he heard and when he heard your food. So the point of contention is why it was very quickly. That was what we were actually talking about.
You're talking over me. How do you expect me to hear what you said? Like, you're literally talking over me.
Okay.
I was talking to Supreme and you're like talking over me. So if you want to address me, you have to wait for me to finish so that I can hear you. So you can go ahead now.
Okay. So what I meant was you saying that the point why was he buried, like pushing the blame on him for burying him earlier than expected. Like the question that TikTok
can I answer that part?
The question
she was asking. I said that. Okay, the only reason I said that was because I am of the opinion that if Mohbad was not buried, had not been buried the way he was, maybe we would have gotten more answers from the toxicology and the autopsy. The only reason the reports are inconclusive is because he had already been buried for a number of days.
And that's exactly my point.
And that is,
you actually think he was to be buried at the point where he was buried? Because
I don't say that again.
Do you think it was his fault that he was buried at the point when he was buried? No.
Yes, I do think it's the father's fault.
And this is where
let me at the fact you made a statement so would have released Mohbad's body
without any form. Do you think the hospital would have released Mohbad's body without any report?
Yes, I do think Nigerian hospital will release the body to you, especially two things. If the body is not their client, and secondly, if the body was brought in dead, they will release the body to you 100%.
Okay, hold on. So, Moro, let me quickly put in a question there. First of all, you have made some, Abefe made some statement of fact, and you've said something probably that is wrong, outrightly wrong. The statement of fact you made, I'm going to stress it. Yes, 100% you are correct. If Mohbad wasn't buried, definitely the autopsy and toxicology would have been accurate. And having buried him for 9 days probably affected, not probably, most definitely affected the result. Correct. That's a statement of fact. It's not an opinion statement. It's a statement of fact, scientifically. Now, you are very wrong that Baba is to blame, because we cannot bypass a blame and take it to the last person that faulted. Because another wrong thing is brought in dead, brought in alive, you will definitely get a statement where they will say patient or this person, patient's name brought in dead, vital signs checked 0, corona 0, carotid 0, this. They will put the findings, it's a 3 leaflets. They will put the white copy in the patient's record because this patient must have a record because of litigation purposes. They will give the pink one to the family members, and the third one will go to medical records.
Are you talking about a death certificate right now?
No, I'm not talking a death certificate. I'm talking about discharge note.
Doctor's report.
Just doctor's report.
There cannot be a discharge note supreme.
Listen, doctors, listen now. Forget the word discharge. Don't let us argue. Doctor's reports. You will get a doctor's report, and are family advised to deposit body in the morgue because they work with license and it will be unethical. They cannot just tell them verbally. They will give them a paperwork. Okay? Paperwork stating coroner checked 0, fixed. Vital signs, blood pressure 0, heart rate 0, pulse rate 0. This one checked 0, that one checked 0. Patients unresponsive, brought in there. Family advised, go deposit patient in the morgue. They must give them paperwork. Call it whatever name you want to call it. But they must have, because family can say they didn't tell us. And they work with license. They will lose their license if they don't give them paperwork. I call it paperwork, call it discharge paper, brought in dead. They must, even if it is a car accident patient they bring in dead, they must say blood broken, this broken, patient's check,
Exactly, thank you.
They must. I refuse to say, despite the fact that yes, we all know that Nigeria is a developing country, it's a third world country, but they must, because they still work with licenses, and it is the board of medical directors. They will suspend the hospital if they do not. They cannot just say they must give them a paperwork. I am not talking about death certificate. We need to speak fact. You know, the errors was made, but we still have to. Okay, there are some things that is a given.
I hope you know that now that you're talking, we have all muted our mic. In fact, I said now that you're talking, we've all muted our mic. So when we start talking, please do not interrupt us. So please go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Can I correct one statement that Abefe actually made earlier?
Please go ahead. I'm going to mute.
Abefe, you actually stated earlier that, it was you all that said that the inconclusive, it was you all that said because he was buried, that was why the result was actually inconclusive. Abefe, it was actually Wunmi that released this press statement that my father-in-law actually buried Mohbad quickly, the next day or the same day, whatever she said. It was actually Wunmi that made the statement. It was not Mr. Lover or anyone from Mr. Lover. It was Wunmi that released the press statement that it was because he was buried earlier. So I want you to correct that, and please don't repeat that again, that any of us from this side or Mr. Lover said makes such statement. It was Wunmi that said he was buried, the autopsy was inconclusive because Mr. Lover buried Mohbad quickly the next day or whatever day she said, whatever it was.
At what point are you getting at? I don't
know. You said earlier, you lot said that he was buried the next day. That was why it was buried quickly. That was why the autopsy was inconclusive. So why are you doing another autopsy?
So
that was what you said. And that was the statement was not made by Mr. Lover. The statement was made.
You're always like this.
Listen. I heard what I heard, and I'm putting this with that bed. Wunmi made that statement. Wunmi made that statement. She actually had a press release.
Why would you even have the
audacity? Had a press release.
You have your own opinion,
Abefe has her own opinion.
There
So
was-
who are you to even be saying that, oh, don't ever make this and then you take it back? What do you mean? Everybody is having an opinion. You don't even have a factual.
I can't comprehend exactly what you said.
If you are not, you are just mumbling everything together.
Of your words. But I don't get you. So what's your point exactly? Because I don't know, I can't, like, I want to really understand what you're driving at by saying that Wunmi said, Abefe said. So can you please say it again and let's hear what you have to say, please.
You can go ahead. Abefe, can I ask you a question?
Susie, please hold on. I want Moro to actually ask that question because I can't honestly comprehend what she was saying. She like mumbled a few things up and I'm not quite sure what exactly this was saying. So Moro, in case you don't know, you're already muted. Can you please unmute your mic so we can hear you?
Okay, you said, you lot already said.
No, you lot. I said, Abefe said, please.
You said, you lot already said that the autopsy was inconclusive because he was buried,
Yes.
right? Earlier than it should be. So why are you doing another autopsy and toxicology again? And I am correcting that fact that it's not you lot. It was actually Wunmi that made that statement that the autopsy was inconclusive because Baba buried Mohbad earlier than expected. So it's not you lot. It was actually Wunmi's statement. And even a lawyer said the same thing. So for you to say Baba is doing another autopsy and toxicology, even though he said it was buried earlier, that statement was from Wunmi, not from Mr. Loba or any representative of Mr. Loba.
Nobody has said, no, I don't get it. So hold on. Nobody has said the statement was from Baba Loba in any shape or form.
Okay, then why did you make the statement that why are you doing it again when you already said that it was inconclusive because it was quickly buried?
Okay, so you got the conversation from the middle. So let me explain.
No, it was not from the middle. I heard you clearly.
Can you just listen? Yeah. Let me explain it to you. Like you're just literally just here to scream. You want to get it? Then listen. So what we said was, Supreme made a statement and said, the doctors have given you a medical advice. They are medical professionals, and they've said to you, go and deposit this body in the morgue. And she then said, these are medical professionals. These are people who know this. These are people who are who are skilled in this field. When they give you a professional advice, you need to go with it. You have to accept it. You have to take it. Okay? Now, I then came back and I said to Supreme, I said, well, it's not easy for you to say, oh, because it's a medical advice, then they should take it and go deposit the body in the morgue. I said, because we'll have a bigger issue by now. I said, however, let us not take it that, okay, we want to take every medical advice seriously. We want to take every medical report seriously. How come you lot in your word, now let me use your same words as you. How come you lot refused the report from medical professionals regarding the autopsy and the toxicology? I said, how come you lot refused that result? If we're going by, because a medical professional has said it, we have to go with it. Why did you all refuse the toxicology and the autopsy? Why do you not feel the need to do it a second time? So it was a relative statement, and I was relating
That's exactly my point, Abefe. That's exactly my point.
I was relating that to my
Wunmi actually released that press statement. It was not anything that has to do with Mr. Loba. That's the point I want to.
And nobody said it had anything to do with Aloba. That's the thing. Are you listening? Nobody has said it was Aloba who made that statement. No one has said that. And no one as well has said, Mommy, I am saying this as Abefe. I am saying that I feel that taking the medical the professionals' assessment and reports and going to deposit the body in a morgue would have been a bigger issue, just like the toxicology and the autopsy. Even though it's been written by professionals, we still do not agree with it, and that's why you guys are doing a second one.